Good evening, comic heads. We hit you with our special Friday the 13th edition of Jason Voorhees origin story. Keys. Stay tuned. Let's hit you with that backstory. You know how Jason is. He don't say too much. Let's hit him. Let's go. Now, Jason Voorhees, basically the character everybody knows from the Friday the 13th series. And that's when he appeared. The first movie they made was in 1980. It starts as a young son of a camp cook turned killer. That's pretty much where it was. That's Camp Crystal Lake, all that stuff came into play. He was the son of a camp cook. Alright? Now, during that part, he wasn't. Now, what people don't understand, Jason was not originally intended to carry the series as the main antagonist, right? But he was so iconic, they had no choice but to give him his due. He broke through, he made his way, right? So he became iconic, and the same way of like a Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers, he became that iconic. You see this hockey mask that I have on, you know who the character is already. You like, that's Jason. There's no need to try to figure anything else out. Alright? Now, the character, for the most part, has always been the antagonist in most films. Now, that being said, if anybody's seen Freddy versus Jason, in a way you found yourself rooting for Jason to get Freddy Krueger. You wanted him to win out of, him in the battle with Freddy Krueger. But that's kind of like the only time you truly rooted for Jason, unless you just root for him all the time anyway because you like villains. Some people are like that. That does happen quite often, actually. I'm a person, I can attest to that myself. I love the villains. I tell you all the time. Alright? Now, with that also said, his character appearance has gone through like so many transformations, right? His hockey mask has changed several times. Like Jason X, he was a futuristic Jason in space. His clothes, like he's had one where it's like beat up and his mask is scratched and clawed and scarred. He has the fresh mask, like he's had some appearance. Like every movie is like he kept coming back, and even though he still had the superhuman strength and the regenerative powers, and he was basically invulnerable. His outer clothes, because of him battling and always trying to kill somebody or being on a mission, of course that stuff gets tore up and tethered, and that's just the way it goes, right? So anybody that know the story, is like he was teased at the camp, and basically his rage over like him drowning as a child. So he drowned as a child because they were teasing him, and he was trying to run and get away from him, and he ended up falling into Crystal Lake, and he drowned. So in his way, he basically comes back and starts killing anybody that comes in that camp. Like whether you coming for just a fun weekend as teenagers, or you just trying to have a good time and hang out. That camp became cursed after he died, and he basically came back, and anybody that crossed that line, it was on. Like Jason wasn't getting ready to play with you, alright? And you guys know his backstory. You know what time it is. So that being said, guys, anybody like his powers, he's basically indestructible. He wields a mean machete and pretty much a mass murderer. And for the most part, he's portrayed as being completely silent. You don't hear Jason say nothing. He speaks with his actions. Even as brutal as it is, he speaks with his actions. So that's just like he's focused. He just once he comes at you, it's over. Like you done for. But he's like a great white shark. You just once he's truly like locked in, you in for a hell of a ride, man. Like straight up, like it's gonna be brutal, and he coming at your neck. Oh man. But anyway, guys, it's a quick little background. Let's hit you with these three comics. Enough of that talking. First one, guys. We got the Samurai Funnies #2. Right? Hopefully you guys can see that. Which happens to be his first unofficial, unlicensed appearance. Like you guys see that glare on there. You see his mask on the cover. But this is a first of unofficial, unlicensed appearance of Jason. This is before they kind of knew what direction they were gonna head in, and this is what they threw out there, and it stuck. So a lot of people don't really tend to focus on that when they talk about Jason, because it's like, look, it says the body count continues as the villain and the hockey mask cuts loose again, but who is the hockey puck in the samurai suit? So I mean, that's before they really knew what they were gonna do and what direction they were gonna head in. This is his first unofficial appearance. Now next, we got Saints 6 #4, which it includes a Topps card, and this should, if you can get this factory sealed. That way, kind of like how Ultimate Fallout 4 was before people start taking it out to either read it or get it graded. It was factory sealed. It came in that, but it should be Topps card in here. Make sure if it doesn't have that Topps card, it's not considered complete. All right. Now this is his first official appearance, but it's kind of weird, right? So next, I want to talk to you guys about Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday #1. This is also his first appearance. Now I know you're thinking about like, well, wait a minute. I thought you said Saint 6 was his first appearance. These two comics were published simultaneously at the same time in July 1993. So therefore, this can be considered his first appearance, or this can be considered his first appearance. Now, if you want my advice and just a little nugget, when people think of the first appearance of Jason, the market tends to determine this one as being more of the first appearance than this one. Not taking nothing away from that one, but this is the one that the market has and the people have gravitated more to. And I guess it's because, you see Jason Goes to Hell. You finally see Jason, whereas this is still Satan 6. So if you guys are really want to invest in this character, my boy Mr. Voorhees, this is probably the book that you might want to go after. Alright? This is the one that the market dictates as this is the first true appearance of Jason. Even though these comics are both published in the same month. But also remember, if you get this comic, try to get it with the card in it. If it has the card, that's a complete copy. If it doesn't have the card, it's not a complete copy. Alright? So with that being said, guys, this concludes my 3 comics of Jason. We still rolling in October. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some of those scary movies. Let me know. Do you guys like Jason? Is he iconic to you? You know, some people is not iconic to. You know, you'd be surprised. Some people like Chucky, you know, or Leprechaun or something. You know, you never know. But Jason's iconic to me. But then again, you got Michael Myers. He's iconic too. Chucky, Freddy Krueger. You got a few to go with, you know. But this is Cash Cow. He's signing out with another video. You guys stay safe out there and continue to have fun with the hobby, man. I'm out. Stabbing him with a knife. Okay, let's go.